Scorpio, I feel like you are undergoing a major transformation around conditioning that you feel has been placed upon you and conditioning that you are trying to remove. I feel like you have been very adaptable and have had to be very adaptable in your circumstances. I don't know if this is like a childhood thing or just something you're noticing now, but I feel like we have the mask here and then the many masks with the authentic self. And then with the underworld, I asked like, okay, what are they going to the underworld to figure out? And I got the despicable face, which is like another mask card. But it's a card about the face that we hide from people because we've been shamed or unaccepted when we've been ourselves. And I feel like you are really digging, really going, like it looks like you're going into your subconscious and or just emotionally processing um a lot of things, how you've had, what you've had to do to survive, how you've had to adapt, how you've had to wear certain masks to be accepted. And I feel like this is coming up within you because I feel like you're like, I don't want to have to wear this mask anymore. I don't want to have to show up in this role anymore. This, I've outgrown it. I'm getting this like feeling of like you outgrowing these masks that you've had to wear to survive. And I love that you're going within to look at this part of you that you feel like you've had to bury because you've been shamed whenever you've been yourself. And I think what's really great, because I'm like, what are they finding? And I got Will o' the Wisp, treasures hidden in the shadows. And I feel like when you go looking and when you're looking, you're realizing like the person I was when I was shamed and hurt is not bad. I feel like the person that was telling you that you needed to hide yourself or that you should be ashamed of yourself is the one in the wrong. And I feel like you're realizing how beautiful who you actually are is. And I also feel like you're recognizing how much you've learned through having to wear these masks and how, because masks aren't always bad. It can be all the ways that we can, like, I'm not even thinking of it as a mask. I'm more thinking of it as like, you know, when you're like in a relationship with someone and you have a certain dynamic with them and like certain parts of you come alive with them, and then you go to a different relationship and like those certain parts that you were alive in this relationship kind of aren't alive in this other relationship and different parts of you kind of come alive. That's kind of the energy I'm getting. Like there may be a situation where you feel like I can't breathe for some reason, where you feel like you are not wanting to wear or to show up in that role anymore. I feel like whatever the situation is, it's like I feel like there's a constricting, I'm feeling like wearing this mask makes you feel constricted, and I feel like you want to give this mask up. And I feel like you're going into the underworld, which is your subconscious and maybe the darker parts of you, and going, why do I need to wear this mask? Why do I need to show up in this way? What is it within me that is saying I have to do this, or I have to be this, or I have to do it this way? And I feel like it's a thread that you've been following to your true self, which is like really beautiful. And I feel like you're at the threshold of something and about to jump off. And I feel like you're like, I see you standing on the edge of a cliff about to leap, like towards a new beginning and away from these places where you feel like you have to hide your true self to survive. Because it's like I keep getting this feeling from you, like I no longer have to do this to survive anymore. Like you're realizing like I needed that mask once, yes, but I don't need that now. And I feel like you're forgiving yourself and not even forgiving, just forgiving yourself for even feeling like you had to wear a mask. Like you're seeing that you were just trying to help yourself and love yourself the best you could and survive. Because I do feel like with this many masks, you must have felt, there must have been a lot of circumstances where you were not able to show up as your true self because you were either around people or situations that pushed you or criticized you or made you feel bad about yourself. And so I feel like you're realizing like you're not the issue here. Like this is not something that, yeah, I'm sure maybe you may have played a part, of course, right? I'm not saying that you're not taking responsibility. I feel like you 100% may be taking too much responsibility in this area, but maybe not, right? But I kept getting this feeling with this vessel card. I'm like, you just really want to like create a grounded vessel for yourself to be able to feel safe right? To show up however you want. And I feel like whatever you've been doing has been building that safety so that you can show up with your actual, in your authentic self, like in your actual authentic self. And I feel like it's such a beautiful process I feel like you're undergoing. But again, this is painful, right? And it's painful because the masks that we wear keep us or make us feel safe, but they also can become quite familiar. And sometimes we can mistake masks as our identity. And I'm not seeing it as like a mask. Again, I'm not seeing it as like as a mask, like you're just faking something. I'm saying you definitely genuinely resonate with some of the roles you've been playing, right? It's more roles than it is masks, but I just think that it's interesting that it's coming up as a mask because I think that you just outgrown whatever this role is that you've been in. And I want to see more about what that is. The underworld, what's going on? Yeah, because I feel like you want to manifest more true, authentic situations and people. Again, I keep getting this feeling of like, I've dealt with a lot of people that have made me feel like I had to wear a mask because they were not safe people to be around. Now I'm leaving or trying to leave those people behind. Maybe you already have. Or just like a situation. I feel like there's some type of situation where you still feel like you're like trying to walk away from. But I don't know. I don't know. That's just kind of what I'm getting. Okay. Is this in reverse? Yes. Queen of Wands in reverse. What's Queen of Wands in reverse? Moving forwards. So Knight of Swords. Four of Cups. Death. Yeah. I don't know if this Queen of Wands is you. Yeah, I don't think it is. I'm seeing a King of Wands too. So I was like, is this you? And then I got King of Wands. I think you're the King of Wands. What's the Queen of Wands in reverse? Nine of Swords. Okay, so this could be read two ways. You don't feel safe in showing up as a confident person, or you don't feel safe to be confidently yourself or to show up as your confident self. Or it could be somebody that is afraid of that too and operating from a fear space, but I'm not sure exactly. I don't feel like it's you for some reason. It could be you. I think that either way, if it is you, I think that you're afraid of showing up as your authentic self because you've been disappointed and you feel like, yeah, okay, let me see what this death is. I need to get a little bit more before I say that. Knight of Cups. I'm hearing a cascade. A cascade. Okay, a cascade. I'm seeing like, you know, dominoes and them falling. I'm seeing a dominoes falling. I'm like, okay, I don't know why. I don't know where I'm getting this from, but I'm hearing you tip the first domino. I don't know what that means, but that's what I'm hearing. Okay, so you are trying to rebalance in where you're giving energy to. Some of you might be dealing with the Queen of Wands in reverse. Let me see if this Queen of Wands in reverse. What's this Nine of Swords? Let me see if this is you or not. I don't know if it's you or not. I just can't get a full read on that. I feel like it's another person. What is this? Three of Cups? Five of Cups? It's interesting because what I'm getting is that like every time you reconnect with this person or situation, you feel regret and fear, and it makes you feel like you, oh gosh, what am I getting here? It makes you feel like you're someone you're not. That's how I'm feeling. I feel like you reconnecting with somebody or whatever the situation is makes you consistently feel regret, sorrow, fear, and then it takes you out of your energy and makes you feel like you're not yourself. Like I keep getting it. I don't know if someone's energy is influencing you because maybe that's why I can't get the differentiation between you and this person's energy. But I feel like you're around somebody or there's a situation that you feel like is almost a little bit too enmeshed with you. But when you go around them, you consistently feel sad, grief, you feel afraid. Yeah, that's what I'm getting. And there's a major transformation going on with whatever the situation is because you feel consistently disappointed and really, I'm getting just like really upset over this. And you are trying to make sure that you are giving to situations that are balanced and protecting yourself. And I feel like whatever this is causing is this many masks thing. It's like, you may have felt like when you were in this role before, it was like you didn't feel like this way. Like now, whatever's changed, whatever's happened between you and the situation makes me feel like you are realizing like how much this affects you energetically, even, is what I'm getting. Wow, it's such an interesting message. It's almost like it's like somebody who takes you out of your own energy is what I'm getting. Okay, what's the Empress? I feel like you're just trying to nurture yourself back to, I feel like maybe when you're around this person, you feel like you have to go through it like a recovery, like a detox almost, is what I'm getting. You really want to focus on protecting your new beginning and making sure, again, I just keep feeling like you want to make sure that you're choosing balanced situation, but that's something that's coming from within you. It's like maybe you're taking, I feel like whenever you go around this person, you've been recently or lately taking data, like how do I feel? How do I, like, what happens to my energy? What, like, you know what I mean? Like, that's kind of what I'm getting. I don't know. It's very specific, so I hope it resonates. Yeah, but there's a new beginning here that you really want to step into, and I feel like you just have to, I don't know, there's like, what's going on with this? What's Queen of Wands, Five of Cups, the Devil? Yeah, okay. So it's something that you feel really tied to, I will say that much. It could be a person that's a coping mechanism. It could be a, what else could this be? I feel like it's a person for most of you. What is the situation? What does this look like? What is this? I'm like, I feel like it looks like the Ace of Cups sideways, or Ace of Pentacles sideways. Strength sideways. It's somewhere where you, oh wow, we have strength sideways. So strength is what beats the devil. So I think you've been really looking into like whatever this devil situation is, where you feel like every time you reconnect with it, you want something out of it, right? Like you're going to this person or situation like because you're like wanting to connect, or you wanting like, and it's of a pure intention, like wanting to connect, wanting to soothe yourself, wanting relief, right? But what you end up getting is sadness and regret and fear and pain and feeling like you're not who you, feeling like you're out of your energy. I can't get over it. It's like you feel like you like either take on this person's energy, or being around them makes certain wounding come up. It's really interesting the way I'm getting it, but I feel like you're just processing that. Like I feel like you're just processing a situation where you're like, yeah, you feel like it takes you out of your, not, character's not the right word, it just takes you out of your own energy. Like you're, I think that's something that you've been realizing over time though. Strength is here, which is really good, even though it's sideways. It just means it just means it could be on the upturn, right? Like this. So there's an opportunity, it looks like, upcoming for you to remove yourself from this. That's what I'm seeing. Yeah. And go towards this new beginning that I'm seeing you have. This may feel very sticky to you, but I feel like you've been, again, I'm seeing you go back to the drawing board, go into the underworld, go into your subconscious, kind of try to see like, why do I keep going for this thing that makes me feel like that makes me feel like so out of touch, so not myself, so upset, so sad? Because for some reason it's not giving you what you need. Yeah, it's giving you like the opposite of what you need. You might feel more drained, more numb, more exhausted after you see this person or situation, or after you experience a situation. I feel like it's something you've been dealing with. Ooh, look at the Eight of Swords in reverse. Yes. Eight of Swords in reverse. Spirit's saying the more you don't give to this devil situation, whatever this is, the clearer your thinking will be. Because I feel like whenever you go around this person or situation, your thinking like becomes oversaturated with their thinking. Like I'm not even joking. I feel like there's an enmeshment here. For some reason, I feel like there's an enmeshment. I don't know. It's just the way I'm getting it. I feel like though this feels singular to me too. How can this be a singular? How can I read this singularly if they're not in a relationship? This could be just a negative coping mechanism, right? Like it could be I don't know what it could be. Watching too much TV. It could be drinking. Could be like, whatever it is. But every single time you go to it for relief, again, I can't get over it. You feel consistently like not yourself. Like, yeah, that makes sense, right? If it was alcohol, that could make sense. Okay, I'm just trying to figure out a way to like make sure that I'm getting everyone's situation, because I do feel like some of you, this is more of a singular thing, but others of you, it's a relationship and there's a person involved. But whatever it is, whether it be a coping mechanism that's like a thing, or if it's a person, it still does the same thing to you energetically. It like changes like it makes your head loud. It like makes you feel like you're not good enough. It makes you question yourself. It makes you question your path. It makes you feel afraid. It makes you feel like you can't trust in the future. It makes you lose faith in yourself. Like whatever it is. And Spirit's saying the less that you give to whatever this is, the more the mental part will sort itself out. Because like whenever you go around this situation, you may feel like your brain starts to get so loud. Like your thoughts, you may feel trapped. You may feel like just so bogged down by like thoughts of just like I'm not good enough. And again, if it's a person, it's their thoughts that you may just be picking up on energetically. I mean, you're Scorpio, so of course you are, right? Energetically, or just their energy and the way your energy reacts together, it creates this tension within you, this pain within you, this upset about what's going on. And I feel, yeah, the advice is to stop giving to this. That's the advice, 100%. What's the advice? I'm just before I say that, and keep going within and looking at like where this originated from. Because when we have the devil, right? Anytime we have the devil, there's usually a deep reason for why we have it, because we're looking for relief from some type of pain that's within us. And the strength is in the situation would be, to me, and I feel like what the spirit guides are saying is to go within, to keep digging into your past, right? Like look at, what do you want me to say? What do you want me to look at with the past? What do you want me to look at with the past? Spirit's saying rest, okay. Also, I think what Spirit's trying to say here with the resting is that like the more you don't engage in this, the more you're going to get more clear-headed. And I think that's why like resting, like just rest as much as possible. Like that's what I'm getting, especially if it's a coping mechanism that's not a person. But it applies the other way. I'm just saying if it's not a person, like try to take a break and stop doing it. Obviously, of course, I feel like you're already trying to do that. But if it's a person, Spirit's saying like take a break, take some rest. What was I going to say with the subconscious? Two of Pentacles. Because Spirit's saying that when you get emotionally regulated again, like let's say you just dealt with a situation, like you just went and saw this person or did this thing, right? I feel like, okay, what do you want me to say here? Now that you are stopping it, the more space you get from it, and you stop giving to this, and the more you rest and recuperate, that's going to help you emotionally regulate. And then once you're emotionally regulated, you're going to be able to make a solid decision. I just feel like right now it's, don't even put like, I have to leave this on the board is that what you want me to say? Yeah. Because the more emotionally regulated you get, the more on the horizon you're going to be able to see your self-worth. Because I feel like whatever this is, it's skewing your ability to see yourself clearly. And again, I feel like it's there is something to be said, and I do want to say this, going into your subconscious and keep, you're already so good at this though, but keep doing that, and but also simultaneously make sure that you're also resting, and because the more you rest and don't give energy to whatever this is, the easier and more clear you will be and emotionally regulated you will be to be able to make a decision, to be able to jump into this new beginning that you have on the horizon. Okay, what other advice do you have for Scorpio? Nine of Cups. Okay. Focus on things that are going to emotionally fulfill you. What's this moon? What's this moon? Nine of Pentacles. What's the moon? Four of Pentacles. 10 of Wands and 10 of Pentacles. And also realize that I feel like I'm seeing under the moon that you may have some trauma or conditioning around always providing and always being stable and always having so many responsibilities and always being overwhelmed. There's like this really strong overwhelm of always having to give everything you have and like be the most responsible, most loyal, most stable, most like together person. And I feel like going into your subconscious and looking at like where that comes from could be helpful. Like why you feel like you have to give so much of yourself to get just even a little bit back is going to be helpful. And there's also something about you may be holding back from going for things right now because of what's happening right now, because of the situation. It's clouding your ability to see your emotional fulfillment and your what am I trying to say? it's clouding your ability to see like your emotional fulfillment and like to see how you on your own are able to like emotionally fulfill yourself. And again, I think space is the most important thing. Rest is the most important thing. Recovering from whatever this is. The devil, anytime the devil's involved, sometimes it can point to like needing to detox because the devil skews our thinking. Like it, and again, and it makes you see yourself not as you actually are. And whatever this is makes you see yourself not as you actually are. And so getting space from this and again resting, and if you have the energy to go in your subconscious, of course I think that's needed, but I do think that rest is probably more important than digging right now. I think digging might come in a little bit, but if you feel, it's obviously totally up to you and what you feel like intuitively called to do, but I think that there's like elements of rest, elements of digging into your subconscious, elements of trying to make sure you're staying away from this and taking space, elements of like there's all these small elements that can help you like as a whole. And I feel like as long as you do those small things and keep looking at this and keep detoxing as well, it's gonna help a lot. Okay. And also I feel like there's something about, I heard like there's an end goal, focusing on like what you want, what is your wish fulfillment, like what is the ideal situation that you could be in that's not this, right? Like let's say it's a relationship, like keep looking at like what you deserve and how much you deserve and what you value and like what you really want, because I feel like whatever this is like imitating what you think you want, right? The devil always imitates what we think we want. Like it always shows up as like what we want, but actually underneath it's not. And so seeing what you were trying to get from this devil situation could actually help you see what see where you feel like what you need, like what you need from emotional fulfillment, what your values are, because whatever this is, it looks like what you want, but it's not. And so like deeper underneath it's not. And I think that there is a tie to, there's some tie to your subconscious about looking at that too. I just dissociated. That's so interesting. Look at your childhood or your past around family where maybe your family looked on the outside like the 10 of Pentacles, but really underneath it, it was a 10 of Wands, right? Like there's some type of tie to your subconscious here about family and what you really are looking for. And I feel like you're looking for the 10 of Pentacles and the 10 of Cups, but it's coming out as the devil, or it's coming out as something that consistently just keeps making you feel overwhelmed and regretful. And I feel like there is a tie to your past. Like either your childhood looked like it was the 10 of Pentacles and it wasn't, or you didn't, or there's, I guess, yeah, there's someone around you that made you feel like you couldn't, like you had to do everything you could and be all these things just to have the 10 of Pentacles. I don't know, there's some type of childhood trauma there, or some type of past trauma that is tying into like keeping this devil alive, because the devil lives in fear and pain and the past. And so I just think that there's an interesting tie there. Okay, I want to get final advice. You want these ones? This is really, really deep, Scorpio. Like, this is so deep. Okay, what is final advice for Scorpio with this? This is so deep. I can't. Perfection. Yeah, there is something about having to be perfect here. And maybe that's like something you feel, again, there's like this want to get to the authenticity because you don't want to have to be perfect anymore. It's like you know, like you don't want to have to show up and give to this anymore. I feel like it's draining you so much. Like I can't even tell you. I think, and I do feel like you're discovering really deep parts of yourself by going through this experience. I know it's really painful, but I do feel like you're learning a lot through this, and a lot more than you think you are. These types of cycles, they're so hard to go through, but you learn so much. And I don't want to like just focus on that, because I feel like the pain here is quite, there's just a lot of overwhelm and stuff. So I'm like, I don't want to be like, but there's so many things you're learning, but there is, but you know what I mean? Yeah. So you're expanding. There's a lot that is happening with this that you may not even realize. Like, I feel like this is helping you discover deep parts of yourself and get connected to deep parts of yourself that really needed to be seen. Right? And like doing that is going to help you break through this. But more than that, there's a freedom that I'm feeling you open up to after you like move through this. There's a better way of being. There's hope on the horizon is what I'm saying. And I feel like focusing on the hope is going to be helpful. And because I feel like whatever you're going through is really painful. I just can't, it feels overwhelming. and like just too much. It's just too much. Okay, any further advice? But this is really deep. And be kind to yourself, please. I feel like also if you believe in guides and stuff like that, like of course call on your guides. There's spirits saying that there's some type of, ooh, that's interesting. Mysticism is trickery. I wonder if someone was trying to use facade. I wonder if someone was trying to either fake that they were spiritual or they have a facade of abundance, or trick you into thinking they were spiritual, trick you into thinking that they had more than they have, or they are trying to trick you right now into thinking that they have way more than they have, but it's a facade. And it could be creating confusion for you. But there's some type of trick around it. Like it's not actually real. Their abundance, whoever this person, this devil thing is, it may trick you into thinking that you're going to get abundance this way, or that I have so much for you, but really it's the carrot in front of your face. And I think you're just, again, coming to terms with all of this. And have forgiveness for yourself for believing this facade. Like that's what I'm getting. Like have forgiveness for yourself for believing this facade that this person or thing made you think it was the answer. Have forgiveness for yourself for that, okay? Oh my gosh, Scorpio, this is so big. This is so big. Keep being kind to yourself. You're going through a huge process. Don't give up. You will get out of this. It's going to even itself out. Just rest, okay? Okay, Scorpio, I love you so much. I think that's all I have for you, and I will see you guys next time.